Hi everybody, welcome to Cheeky Chap Gaming. Keeping it simple, just like me. Yeah, today I'm actually on one of my characters on EQ1 on the new TLP server, and I've never actually played a mage before. This is the first time I played a mage in all the years I've been playing EQ1, and it's kind of like it's a totally different visual look than what you get with EQ2. I mean, I'm playing Scoundrel spelt with a W on EQ2 at the moment because I couldn't get the name. But this is my guy called Scallywag. TM, no stealing the names or you'll be getting a knock on your door from my lawyer. But yeah, this is a total new experience for me. And as you can see, my characters, I'm not sure if you can see, but yeah. Level 11 my magician is, and I've got nothing fancy, as you can see, even though there's a couple of fancy bags here and a nice box. But I've only been playing this a couple of days. I'm not hardcoring on it, I'm just playing with the friends. And the difference between EQ1 and EQ2 is chalk and cheese, big time. Someone made a comment on one of my videos today which kind of inspired me to come on EQ1 and make this video. And I just want to thank that person for leaving comments on there about how the models looked. And yeah, to an extent, I mean, if you look at this, this dude here, back and front, and I found a glitch a minute ago when I was looking. His feet were bouncing through his leg there, but it seems to have stopped now. But yeah, this gnome, apart from having white eyebrows for some unknown reason, you can never change that on here, which has always been one of my pet hates about EQ1. But I never usually play a gnome either, so this is like, this combination here is quite alien to me. So playing a mage who's a gnome. I never played a mage in the 20 odd years that I've played EQ1. And all of a sudden I'm playing a mage on EQ1 and on EQ2, and I'm having absolute blast. Normally I play either an enchanter or a cleric, which is cool. I have played a few other classes as well, like the old Shadow Knight and that. I've got a few really cool names that I use on some of my characters. Like I usually play an ogre warrior called Rottweiler, which is quite funny. A lot of my names I've been using for many years. Like Mad Medic is my cleric. Everyone knows Mad Medic who's played on EQ1 or EQ2 who knows me. So I've got quite a lot of friends, and it's great. Oh look, there's his feet coming through his robe again. How silly is that? How bizarre is that? I can't get over that. That's really funny. But hey ho. Yeah, just going back to my other video, on my EQ2 video, if you've not seen it, I've actually done some videos on some of the different classes and races in EQ2. And someone made a comment about the erudites. I think the erudites are awful. I mean, the erudites on EQ1 are fantastic. They look fantastic. But the erudites on EQ2, whoever created that model needs taking around the back and having a quiet chat to, because it's absolutely shocking. I'm not going to compare the two on here because it wouldn't be fair, because EQ2 is a totally different animal than what EQ1 is. And what EQ1 does great, and what it has done over the last 25 years. Oh, look at that, someone in red who doesn't want to be buffed. That's scary. He's handed the book in. Yeah, so the difference between the two is chalk and cheese, really. I mean, visually, EQ2 is like a better looking game in some respects, but not looking better like EQ1 has its advantages. So, you know, when you look at you can see the artwork that's gone on here. It's pretty shocking, really. You know, boxes, they look like boxes, but they are fundamentally just bits of art thrown in a corner somewhere. I'm not a fan of the zones in the new EQ1. I prefer the old zones, like North and South Desert a row, and the commons. The way they've joined these together, it just feels wrong. It doesn't feel good. I don't like it. That's the thing that's stopping me enjoying myself here. That's why I've only got to level 11, really. But saying that, I've got to level 11 in a couple of 4 days or something like that. It's been open a few days now. 22nd it opened. So it's like 6 days ago. But someone just buffed me, thank you very much. Yeah, so I've been playing EQ2. Yeah, I wouldn't say playing, I've been testing it because the beta server's up, and it's it's just a bit of fun for me at the moment. But I am going to be playing on there regular in the next when it opens up sometime in June. I believe they're closing it on June the 13th, and then they're going to mess around for a week or two, and then they're going to release the server. I wouldn't be surprised if they release it early July or something like 4th of July or something like that. To have that weekend on the 4th of July, which is obviously the American holiday, Independence Day. So I think the difference between EQ1 and EQ2 for me is the social side of it. For me, EQ1 has been an amazing social experience in all my years, and I'm now on holiday every day. I'm now retired, so every day is a holiday for me. And this is kind of like what I do every day now. I just play games and just an old fart, having fun in a game. And I'm getting to meet lots of people, more so than what I used to do, because obviously I used to play the same clique with the same people all the time. And like on our Discord, we've got like 6 or 8 of us that play together on Discord all the time. So we know what each other does all the time, and that's pretty much cool. We don't have any big scares. We know what everyone's capability is, but it's nice occasionally to step outside that little box of comfort and play with different people who have got different views and have different experience with other players. That's why EQ1 and 2 have always been, for me, an amazing social platform. Same as the guild, you can choose to be hardcore or you can play casual guild. Guild-wise is becoming less and less tolerant for me, because obviously I don't want to be getting bat phoned at 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much. Well, so I enjoyed that journey some years ago. It's not something I want to do anymore. I want to play the game during the daytime and whatever. And it's summertime coming in England now, so as obviously from my accent you're going to be aware that I'm from the United Kingdom of America, and I'm kind of like about to start enjoying some of my outdoor hobbies that I enjoy, which I can only do in the summertime due to my disability, because I've had a serious car accident, and not that I want to bore the living daylights out of everybody, but my back's not what it used to be, so I kind of find it quite difficult to do things in the cold weather. So when it warms up, I get the opportunity to go out and start doing what I enjoy doing in the summer period. So the gaming aspect of thing allows me to still be in touch and communicate with people, game-wise and fun-wise. So hence why I'm kind of like enjoying my time in EQ2 and EQ1. My guy is going to struggle with this from the look of it. It looks as if this guy's going to murder my pet, this white mob. Well, I've just nuked it. Yeah, this is the thing about these mages, is this. Have you seen the power that these things have got, man? They can just knock the living daylights out of like mobs dead easy. It's crazy. Although it's not very mana efficient. Look at that whack. But you can stop the mage pet from fighting, and they recover really quickly, which is something I do like. So you can actually you can solo mobs very quickly and not worry about, oh, is it going to be alive in 5 minutes. The only time is when you get a couple of mobs bouncing on it, and then it becomes a bit more of a chore. But yeah, and he's got a disease as well. That's not actually helping. And that's, there we go. So yeah, his recovery time is getting slowed down because he's diseased. Not to worry, I can nuke this to pieces. So the mage between EQ2 and EQ1 is totally different. And I think I kind of like, I do enjoy the EQ2 version because you get like an attack option. You get a heroic attack, which I've been having so much fun with. I'm also playing a Templar, and it's just the whole experience on EQ2 kind of made me. I've been enjoying it tremendously, purely because I haven't played EQ2 for so many years. I used to play on a regular basis with my brother, and I haven't played for years and years and years. So all of a sudden, coming back and playing EQ2, it's been an enjoyable journey for me. And even though it's only actually been an alpha, I've created a few different characters, and it's allowed me to test different variations of what I've been playing, and I've had a blast with them all. The whole evil and good thing has been an experience I've enjoyed, especially on the noob island. Once you step off the noob island, it's chalk and cheese. You don't actually you don't notice how dangerous it is off the island, because your spells feel really OP on the island, and then when you step off the newbie island, it becomes real challenging, because you have to upgrade your spells very quickly. You don't realise that until you get involved in combat. And the difference between EQ1 and EQ2 is the level of your spells go up naturally as you level up every 4 or 5 levels. I mean, that isn't the case now on this server here, because it's changed. They've actually changed the way it is. You get spells every level now on EQ1, whereas before you used to get them every 5 or 4 or 5 levels, depending what class you was, like whether you was a priest class or a caster class. So that's why I'm not really enjoying myself in EQ1 anymore. I feel they've taken outside what the vanilla side of the game was. And look, I mean, things have to move forward, going forward all the time. I appreciate that, but the reason why the TLP servers used to appeal to me was because they would start them off on a vanilla basis, and you would have all the old zones like the North and South Row, etc., etc. But this new model, I don't like the new model. I think it's not as much fun as it used to be. For me, anyway, I don't like it. I just think it detracts from the experience of what it was like originally. So that's another reason why I won't be playing on this server for much longer, and I'm only playing on it just so that I can enjoy myself for the time being until the new server comes out. And then obviously I'm going to go and play on EQ2 for a little bit and see how much fun I can have on there, because this is fun. I'm having fun here, but I would prefer to be back. I am actually going to go back and play EQ2 again for a couple more days before it shuts down in June. I'm on holiday for the first week in June, so I'm pretty much not going to see a lot more of what's there in the actual in the alpha. I've made a few different classes and races, which has been an experience and fun, and I will be creating a mage to start off with when the server starts. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But with regards to the difference between EQ1 and EQ2, somebody made a comment on one of my videos today. Thanks very much for that, by the way, because that inspired me to make this video. I appreciate what you're saying about how ugly the models are, and you're right to an extent. They are quite horrible. But I think if you can see through that, it's like anyone who comes on EQ2, oh, it's a horrible game. Look at the state of the graphics and all that, because that's something you hear people say all the time. But once you play EQ1 or EQ2, the depth of these games, for me, the reason why WoW was successful, because it landed at the right time, and there was a lot of people socially who were looking for something like that to play. But what EQ1 had is the lore and the race and class combination balance is significant compared to WoW. For me, WoW was designed so that it would be a quick fix for people, and I don't want a quick fix when I'm playing a game. That's why both EQ1 and EQ2 have lasted this 25 years. I don't see WoW outlasting EQ ever, because the experience in WoW for me was a different. I only played WoW recently. I never played vanilla WoW, purely because somebody's buffing me. Because I really didn't like the quick fix situation. I mean, I must have been the only person on the planet who's never really played WoW from the beginning. Seems like everybody else has. And the reason why is because I wasn't inspired by it. And I carried on playing EQ when everyone was playing WoW. Purely because I was enjoying myself and I was with my friends still. And that's more important than anything else. So when you compare the cartooniness of WoW, that was the thing that stopped me ever going on there. I actually alpha tested or beta tested the WoW, but I only lasted there 4 days, and I couldn't play or test the game any further. It just felt really horrible. And whilst a lot of people say that EQ1 and EQ2 look horrible, there are some merits in that, because the games were made in a certain time of the year, in a certain year period. 1999 was when, obviously, oh my god, I've got a nasty little desert man. 1999 was the time when actual EQ1 came out in March, and I remember EQ2 came out in November in 2004, because November is when my birthday is, so I remember that really, really well. So they're the two massive dates in my life, you know. 1999. I used to work in a comms room in a telecoms environment, and I had 2 laptops, and I was playing EQ. I was boxing EQ. Anyway, I'm going on talking about people who are boxing, blah blah blah. I used to box EQ in a comms room many, many years ago, and people used to think I was working very, very hard, and I wasn't. I was actually playing EQ1 while I was testing fibre and stuff like that. So I was kind of sat behind two laptops playing EQ1, just having a blast. Kind of bizarre, really. So here I am condemning people who are running around with box armors and all that, because I'm not a big fan of the boxing situation. I haven't boxed in years, incidentally. I boxed on the Mischief server because someone let down. We'd had a group of people that were going to be playing on that server, and we were going hardcore. And one of the people who had agreed to turn up didn't turn up, so we was missing a cleric. So I ended up playing a cleric and a necromancer. However, I had a shoulder injury on my right shoulder, and I couldn't use a mouse. I could hardly click with my hand and all that. So I was playing left-handed with two accounts boxing. I could hardly. It was shocking. How I managed to keep our team alive is unbelievable. I just, to this day, I don't know how I managed it, but I stayed awake for 2 days, solid. We played for 48 hours straight through, and then had I think it was an 8 hour break, and then came back again, and we completed within 4 days. We'd max leveled. I'd max leveled a cleric and a necromancer. That was mad. That was a really mad time, that. And whilst I had some fun there, I'm not doing that ever again. That was just a crazy, crazy day, that, or week. But I did enjoy myself, and I understand why people do this. Why they play so hardcore. It's just mad. The more I think about it, it's just mad. Why would anyone put themselves through that? It's crazy. But I did enjoy it at the time when I was doing it, so it's kind of interesting that I'm condemning it now. Because I'm not condemning it. But I mean, it's why would a human being do that to themselves? You know what I mean? It's just phenomenal. All that time and effort playing a game. But I had so much fun doing it. It was crazy, and it was all about the people. That's what makes this game. And the social side of EQ1 and EQ2. You can't replace that with anything else, and that's where I've been having my. I've got lots of friends who, like, I've got a couple of YouTube friends as well. Super Bits and Bobs, one of my friends from down south, really nice chap. He's a great YouTuber. Have a look on his channel; he's fantastic. And I'm a bit like him. I babble on and talk about bullshit and rubbish like that people are not interested in. But this particular, the fun factor is the most important factor in this game. I kind of feel, let me just digress a little bit here quickly. There's so many mobs here. These are the best mobs to fight in the desert. they give you the best XP as a solo player. Bang for buck. The sand scarabs are fantastic. They give you really no loot whatsoever, but the actual experience is phenomenal. Now, I was only just I was one bubble in when I came in at level 11, and I've been just faffing about here, killing these scarabs for the last 10 or 15 minutes that I've been talking to you guys. And I can't believe how quick my experience has gone up. And that's because obviously the Labor Day American holiday thing kicked in, and the experience bonus is there for that. So that's another reason why. Look, see, I'm getting 3.4 for the white ones. I'm killing a little bit less for the blue ones. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying, the social side of it is more important to me than the actual gaming side of it now. So I can take it or leave it. But EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2, I've got their good and bad parts on both sides. For me, EverQuest 1 has balanced the races and classes like no other game ever has. And I mean, when this game first came out, no one had a Scooby-Doo what they were doing. Nobody knew how to play a chanter, and everyone at the beginning was running around with chanter pets that you would buy using the dagger. But now you pretty much, anybody who's somebody playing a chanter, you know, once they get their charm pet spell at level 10 or 12 or whatever it is, or 9 or whatever, they won't ever a cleric. They won't ever play with a pet again, because the summons pet is by far the best pet that you can have. And you know, you can pick a model, you can pick a pet a couple of levels higher than yourself, and you can kill things very quickly. And in the early days of EQ, no one had a Scooby-Doo how to do all that. So it was kind of interesting that nowadays, when you see people playing, they know exactly how to play a chanter, and you can box a chanter and a cleric, and you can pretty much solo with them if you're duoing, and which is pretty cool. But if you go to EQ2 and play a chanter and a cleric, it's a totally different thing. It's a completely different experience. And you find that when you pick a pet up on EQ2, it's the same level as you are. You don't get that option to pick it up. And to pick up a pet or to charm a pet that's 3 or 4 levels higher than yourself. So that's a bit of a shame, really. It kind of it stops you being dangerous. This random cleric's giving me a load of buffs. That's very kind, isn't it? I'll be able to last a lot longer now. So yeah. So the difference on the EQ2 server is it's more challenging than what it is on here, because you can't have that pet situation, which is kind of, that's another reason why I've been enjoying the EQ2 at the moment more so than in EQ1. Look, EQ1 is always going to be in my heart here, and I'll always come back to it and play a little bit. Maybe not as much as I used to do. I played on P99 a lot on both the servers that are there. But I'm not enjoying myself like I used to do in EQ. I think it's not the same experience with the new zones. I'd prefer if it was still vanilla, and if it was, then I would probably stay a lot longer, but it's what it is. I can't do that. But as for the what's going on here? Where's my pet? As for the alpha, let's see, I've got a random pet here. I need to kill this quickly or my pet's going to die. Okay, I need to do that quick. Let's get rid of this computer. Yeah, so the thing about EQ2 is it's harder to play, and you can't manipulate a lot of the pets, but you can upgrade spells to make it a bit easier and less of a challenge. But as soon as you leave the starter island and you go on the mainland, you'll notice that you're not as hard as you were on the starter island, for obvious reasons, because it's all balanced on there. But as soon as you step off, I've had to learn and get the next upgrade of spells or even 2 upgrades of spells for my mage. So it's made me appreciate I'm going to be working a lot harder when that server goes live, and it's going to be more of a challenge. But I'm looking forward to that. So EQ1 is probably going to sit back a bit for me now. I'm probably going to be once that server opens up, I'm actually going to leave playing on here. I won't be playing that one. That's not good. Let's kill that thing quick. Although he's pretty well buffed, so it should be okay. And I've got clarity, so pretty much going to stay alive here. Yeah, it'll be fine. See, I've been buffed by somebody who's given us some ridiculous buffs here. I think I've got resolution. That's like for an hour. That's crazy. That my pet should be able to stand there and take this on all day long. This guy who's buffed me, I'm actually, thank you very much. Probably won't look at my video, but I appreciate you buffing me, because this is going to get me level 12 without even trying, which is appreciated. So going back to what I was saying about EQ2, I kind of I didn't realise how difficult the game was until I started playing on the test server alpha, and it was like a bit of an easy thing to do, but I tried to do a video a week or so ago on my mage before I left the server, but the video didn't work. Actually, I was a bit disappointed. But yeah, I tried to kill an epic boss on the starter island, the Gurok, and I killed it quite easily with my mage. But it's quite a difficult mob to kill, and I've tried to kill it with other characters, and the mage just murdered it. But I mean, I haven't tried it with the Necro that I made. I have an Erudite Necro, which I've not played since I've been playing the Mage, purely because the Erudite is a shocking looking character. It just looks horrible. I've never played a Dark Elf Necromancer, and I perhaps should have gone that way with it. But I ended up making the Erudite just purely for the mana regen jobby, and I wish I hadn't bothered now because I don't like it. That's the reason I haven't played it. I got off the starter island and stopped playing it. But yeah, coming back on here, the difference between the mage here and the mage over there. This mage is I can have my pet is actually, what was my pet? So my pet is level 12 and I'm level 11, so I've got the maximum level pet, but I can't do that again with the mage on EQ2. I can't get a higher level pet than myself, so they've toned it down so it's always going to be the same level as you. It doesn't matter what pet you get. So that's the differences there. Oh my god, I'm going to get jumped by a madman here. This is not fun. Don't like them. They can snare the shit out of you. Let me just concentrate a second while I murder this before he gets my pet. Yeah, so the mage on EQ2 and the mage on EQ1, they're literally chalk and cheese. They feel so different. This just feels more commandable, just a lot more powerful, whereas mine on EQ2 feels more of a challenge, but it's more fun to play because you know you're going to be living in a dangerous environment all the time. But that's more of a single player thing. I haven't actually teamed up as a group with my mage scoundrel on EQ2, and that's something I'm going to try and do before the server closes. But the group of friends that I'm playing with, a couple of things have turned up where some of them have got real life issues to deal with. It's more important than this game at the moment. So one of my friends has just moved. One of our family have just moved, who was playing in the group with us as well. So there's a few restrictions there. Hence why I haven't made any more videos on EQ2 and I wanted to do this EQ1 video just as a comparison really to why, where and what. And I still think that although I'm enjoying my time in EQ2, I think you're never going to be able to replace EQ1 with EQ2 because it's just a different animal. They're both good in their own senses, and I think group-wise, EQ2 is probably a better experience than grouping in EQ1. but overall EQ1 is a better game playing wise, just purely for the way the classes and the races are and the combinations that you can put together. But the heroic attack system makes it quite difficult for people to understand in EQ2, and unless you played EQ2 for some time, it's difficult to say that mob before. Oh, I won't. So it doesn't matter. Let's let them kill it. I'm not bothered. Look at that. See, that's a box army who's classically. I'm not even going to try and compete with that. I just fired at it and they clearly. Yeah. But hey ho, I guess that's what the game's about. That's another reason why I'm not a box army fan. I just think people just single-minded. They just narrowly just do something. They don't care. I'm running towards a mob, but hey ho, I'm going to get that mob first, so I'm going to kill it. So yeah, that's another reason. You don't see that a lot in EQ2. You're going to get it. It's not going to not happen, but EQ2, the new server, won't be boxable, so you get caught, you get banned. So that's pretty much another reason why I'm going to be playing over there, because I just want to play a single account. I don't want to play multiple accounts. But EQ2 has an amazing crafting system, but you need such a large bank space, whereas with EQ1, large bank space is handy. You can survive without a large bank space in EQ1, whereas EQ2 it's a must-have. So, and if you take the way the character model looks and the way they play, the two games are quite much alike, apart from obviously the crafting system. You can tell that it's I wouldn't say an evolution. I think it's just they tried to modernise it, and whilst they modernised it to a certain extent, it wasn't enough to keep it alive, because obviously EQ2's got a player base as well, but not to the extent that EQ1 has. I mean, the fan base for EQ1 is massive, and every time a new TLP comes out, it just gets annihilated. Everything just, you know, it's just the servers just get battered, and it kind of like it's just a massive influx of people coming to play the game. You know, and you can't beat that. For me, that's amazing. As soon as the server starts up, boom! Like there was a waiting list to get in this server the other day. Oh, I got 2 mobs, didn't want that. So there was a massive waiting list to get in. You could spend an hour or 2 hours. You know, oh, this is not good. You could spend an hour or 2 hours waiting to get in the server. Fortunately, I got in quite early on, but I wasn't enjoying it because there wasn't enough mobs about. Although because I'd created a Gnome Mage, there were a lot more mobs there. But if you'd have created something in Greater Fadark, you know, everyone was fighting on the spawn points to get the mobs. And that's the one thing about the TLP and TLE servers. It's not fun at all fighting against other players. Oh, and I just dinged. Welcome to level 12. So that's me ranting for the last 25, 30, 40 minutes about something and nothing, and about me being retired and playing a game. And I've acquired a level in that time, so this is why I'm enjoying myself gaming rather than worrying about work, etc, etc, because that's a thing of the past now. Look, that was yellow to me, that mob, and now it is white, which is cool. But I don't really want to be there. I want to be on this side. I'm going to go into the tunnel now, and I'm going to... Oh, I've got some experience. I'm going to go in the tunnel, and I'm going to log off and call it a day on this video, because I just wanted to show the differences between the models. I'm actually going to log back into my mage on EQ2, and then have a bit of a rant on there about what I like about my mage on there. So thanks for everyone who's been leaving comments on my videos and likes, because I'm not a great advocate of advertising. I don't like telling you to touch this button here and subscribe here and do that. I don't do any of that, as you'll probably notice in my videos. I don't give a toss if you like my videos or not. I don't care if you want to subscribe to my channel or not, if you choose to, because you like my content, and that's brilliant. And that's really it. You know, I mean, I'm oh my God, what's going on here? Let's not steal this from this guy. Oh, it's my pet. Why am I not trying? My pet's attacked it, so I won't be stealing it. The guy's zoned out. Let me just kill this mob so I can get anybody else that's coming in out of the area. And then I'm going to go into, I'm going to nip into the tunnel and log off there. So again, thanks very much for everyone leaving comments on all my videos, even though some of my videos are just about other games and not just EQ1 or 2. I played PAX Day, I tested it a couple of weeks ago, and that's a crafting simulator for me. Oh, it's a crafting desk simulator. If you've seen my video, I think only about 10 people have looked at it. But the world's amazing, the combat's shit. And it's probably got the most comprehensive crafting system I've ever seen in any game. But for me, it's so over the top, it's unbelievable. They could combine a lot of them combining stations that they have and make it less intrusive, because it's not fun. It becomes so repetitive, it's crazy. This place was amazing when I first logged on. There was hundreds of people in there, but it's gone very quiet all of a sudden. So yeah, PAX Day was another game I was going to be looking at, but it's PvP and I'm not a PvP fan. I can't tolerate PvP. I'm too lazy for PvP. So let me just see what spells I've got to learn. I'm sure I've got a level 12 spell in here somewhere. Let's have a look. Mage 12, what have we got here? So I've got Bind, that's a handy spell. I'll just pop these in my book and then I'm going to knock it on the head with this video. Next one I can learn appears to be level 14, so it doesn't look like I might have missed a spell, or there's a spell that I haven't bothered buying because it was pointless. So yeah, it's going to be a couple of levels now. Look at all that junk I picked up in there. So thanks again. I will be doing a quick video on EQ2 on my mage, like I said a few moments ago. Sorry, I've just lost my train of thought there because of looking at my spells and that. And to compare the two, so I can show you the difference between the pet that I've got here, which for me is like, I mean, he's white to me now, he's yellow before. He's level 12 and I'm level 12 now, so we're on equal footing. But I do get another pet shortly, and when I do, I'll obviously, when's that? Summons Water, there we go. So level 14, I get a new pet, which will be like that'll be 4 levels higher than me, so that'll be like level 18. But my mage in EQ2, the pet level 12, you're level 12, it's as simple as that, it doesn't go higher or lower. That's it basically. So again, thanks, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you didn't, thumb down it, I don't care. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do once EQ2 finishes on the 13th, but I'm going to be on holiday for a week before that anyway, so it won't really matter. Although that may get cancelled because my car's just been wiped out in an accident, so I might not be doing anything. So thanks again, and Cheeky Chap Gaming, calling it a day for today, and keeping it as simple as you can get. You can't get any simpler than me. And as you can see, here's my characters: War Dog, War Dancer, Scallywag and Mad Medic. So you can see I've put a few levels in here and there, but I'm not really playing it to its full potential. But thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you on my next video in EQ2. And have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend that's just gone past. Thank you again. Bye bye.